Welcome to episode 3 of the Avakin Community Podcast. I'm Adam, and with me here today I'm joined by the wonderful Sylvia.
Hello.
We're from the Avakin Community team. We have a lot in store for you today, so get ready.
That's right. In this episode, we have an interview with one of our content creators, a very gripping hot topic, a good dose of Avakin news as usual, and another episode of the sensational Avakin Chronicles.
Avakin Chronicles.
Chronicles.
Yes, I can't wait. Let's jump right in. First up, we have a very entertaining interview with the one and only Bruce, aka C Jin Lovelace, aka ATOH, A Touch of Heaven project, who is one of our official featured content creators for Avakin Life. We interviewed him last week about what he's currently up to and more. Enjoy! So, we have a wonderful guest for you today, none other than C Jin Lovelace from the Avakin Community. Welcome to the podcast.
Thank you. What's going on, man? What's going on?
How are you doing today?
I am doing lovely. That's what I would call it. I'm doing lovely.
Awesome to hear.
Awesome. That's great to hear.
It's great. We're lovely too.
Yeah.
We try and be lovely.
Oh yeah, trying to be lovely. Trying to be lovely. That's what said. No pun intended to the name. You know, of course, Lovelace, lovely.
Oh.
Nah.
Guess yeah. This is gonna be the next question. Okay, let's kick this off. So, you go by a lot of different names. So you're Bruce, you're C Jin Lovelace, ATO Project. So do you have specific names for like specific social platforms or groups of people, or do you just like having lots of nicknames? And do any of them have particular meaning?
Okay, so we're going to kind of nip this one in the bud. So it's actually pronounced ATOH Project, which actually is an acronym that stands for A Touch of Heaven Project.
Oh, see, I never knew that.
Yeah, everyone has been confused by that. So that's why I put the little O. But the thing of it is that that's actually like my business name. Now, the name C Jin Lovelace, however, it actually has a bit of a history. So, during the time when I was in PlayStation Home, I was like, well, I needed a pen name because I was doing a lot of the fashion promotions and videos and all that jazz in terms of just doing articles and whatnot. So I was really new at the time on, in the PlayStation Home, and let alone in the spectrum of the internet. It was just all bombarded me. I mean, it really bombarded me because I just didn't, the spectrum was very vast. So I didn't know how to really handle it all. So for me, I was really shy. I didn't know, if I really want to put myself out there to say, hey, I'm a guy that uses female avatars, because at that time, people would pretty much kind of clown you for that. But for myself, I said, well, my friend just named my avatar Jin Lovelace because of my username, my PSN username or PlayStation Network username, ID username, which is New Jin. So she just shortened it Jin Lovelace. And from that point, that was a name that I used when I was writing articles or doing videos. And, even that kind of carried over during the time when I was in the Alpha build in Avakin Life. So, that name itself pretty much carried it carried its history, and it has a, I don't want to use the word legacy, but it has some, it went through some things. So let's just put it to you that way.
Awesome.
It's interesting.
So it's carry over from PlayStation Home, which we were developers for originally. How do you find that Avakin? This is an extra question, by the way. How do you find that Avakin, the experience for you is different to PlayStation Home?
Well, of course, it's different from PlayStation Home. I mean, of course, because it's mobile, so of course it has its limitations. But the immersiveness, if you will, it didn't stop for me, because I was always been a fan of not only PlayStation Home, but Lockwood. So that experience there carried over to here, And, the more that I was in there, the more I was in Avakin life, the more I really, was really having a lot of fun. I was really starting to get a lot of connection, because at first, being honest, I was thinking, man, ain't no way I'm going to really care about fashion on here, but I'm going to try and make it do. And then, all of a sudden, it really tacked on, and the more improvements you guys have made into Avakin life, the more I really saw that, that love that being inputted into the game. So, the experience has really been really fantastic. I really, really enjoyed it. And dare I say that even though PlayStation Home was really that first love, but but I've pretty much created some fond memories in Avakin life as well.
Hi Avakins, we need to talk about something. It turns out that only 10% of people that watch our videos are subscribed to our channel. Please subscribe so you don't miss any content. It's free. Do the right thing. You know you want to.
So you currently have 2 series on the official Avakin YouTube channel. In Look, Fashion Language Makeover Edition. How did you come up for the idea for each of these series?
So In Look is more of, it's kind of like an in look in trends. It's that terminology. And for me, it was more of like, okay, here's what's in my mind. If I create this outfit, you get this in look. You know what I'm saying? There's an in look on, so on what's to come, on, or what's trending, if you will. And that's if any of the outfits I put out there is trending, So basically that's what I came up with. And as far as the Fashion Language Makeover Edition, this one is actually really dear to me. My goal has always been to educate the many in Avakin life, because I've done modeling, believe it or not. I've done some modeling for dealers. I've done some modeling for big and tall fashion, whatnot. And, the things I've learned, the things I've accumulated, over time, I basically wanted to really kind of just put that out there for everyone, to let everybody know, hey, this is kind of some styles you can put together. But with the Makeover Edition, I just thought, I want to make over some people. I really want to kind of put my signature to each and every person out there, be it whether they're Avakin celebrity or if they're brand new to the game, especially if they're brand new to the game. Of course, they're gonna get super excited, because it's like, oh man, got some clothing. This is awesome. This is rad. So, oh wow, this is excellent. So it's kind of like, it's a blessing to them. And it's a blessing to them because, of course, it will make them want to come back, and it's going to make them be aware more of not just myself or not just anything what I do, but also what really was Avakin life is all about, more so for the YouTube channel, because you have different types of content creators that do different things. So they're going to find something that's what's going to really, and that's going to enjoy them. So the Makeover Edition is really just to really put Avakin on the map, and definitely let them know that, hey, you can get on, you can look good too, So be it male or female, man.
Yeah.
Awesome. So what do you love most about creating content for the Avakin community then?
Oh man, it's just seeing it just come together. I mean, granted, if people enjoy it, I think that's wonderful. And if there's any issues that I see, I can improve on it. But it's just really just for, when the people just really just kind of respond to it, if they're really inspired from it.
Yeah, I mean, it must feel nice to just kind of put your content out there and then see all the nice comments of, people engaging with it. Like, it must be awesome.
Well, both sides as well. The negative response can also be beneficial, because we don't learn without feedback.
Yeah, helps improve.
Oh yeah. In fact, I'll be real quick with that. One of the videos, one of the in-look did not have any of the items that was listed, any of the items listed. And what it was, I was trying to do something a bit different in terms of, maybe listing those items on, on an Instagram, to where people can kind of go there, check it out, and, say, oh, okay, this is what this is all about. But one of the celebrities, if you will, basically kind of pointed out, like, man, this is quality content, and, this is supposed to be, you should have your items listed. And I was just like, what? And my exact words, I kid you not, the first thing that came to my mind was, you know what? He's right. They're right. So, so I did that, and I really kind of went back to the drawing board to see what can I do to really kind of make things not easier, but as opposed to, again, creative, be it, the items just fly, rather either the text just fly on the screen or just make that list, either way, it's just something that I've definitely learned. So humility really just goes a long way.
So moving on to talking about Avakin more specifically, what's your favorite thing to do in Avakin?
What is my favorite thing to do? Fashion. That's definitely number one. The new fashion releases, because I have my favorites. Being Garage being one of those, for women, because of course, I like to try some of those laid back styles, and you got Bloomingdale's and whatnot. And then there's some that I really hope to see in the future. I don't know if that's going to ever come, such as, Billabong or whatnot. But I personally believe that when it comes to the favorite thing I like to do, aside from buying the new fashion releases, which is true, trying out different combos, that's automatic. Meeting up with friends, yeah, and then also I'm getting into that social spiel, so I like to really meet new people as well. And I think just meeting new people.
Thanks so much for joining us on the podcast today. Do you want to give any shout outs or do any plugs for your socials?
Yes, there's plenty. First off, I want to say thank you guys, man, putting me on here and putting up with my lewdness. You guys really rock, man. And shout out to Ash, man. Shout out to Ash for being a sport for that Delicioso by Ash. I thought that was it was a lot of fun, but
he loves it.
But for everyone else, like Sapphire Kelly Reese, who's really really worked. She's a hard worker on our magazine. Panda Plays Avakin Life. The people, the moderators from the forum, the Avakin Reddit, excuse me. So Panda Plays Avakin Life, but Evie, and as well as just many others, Caroline G, Zero Chill. I have a lot of people. If I forget most of you guys, please forgive me. I'm not tired. I'm hungry, actually. So
this is the point where you go, if I forgot you, you know who you are. There you go.
Yeah, you know who you are.
Yeah.
And Avakin Johnson, everybody, man. My boy Lucas, however, what's going on with you, my brother? Love you, man. As far as plugins, you can check me out over at the ATOH Project YouTube channel, and as well as over on Instagram, Material World, Avakin Life Instagram as well. And I do have a Material World YouTube channel. And one last thing. I'm sorry. Big shout out to my man's The Unique Music.
Oh,
absolutely love that brother, man. It's been a pleasure. It's going to be a pleasure just continuing to work with him and just talk with him. He's been a great guy. So I'm definitely want to give a shout out to him and my boy YB.
Great stuff. We will drop all your social links in the description for the video as well, so we'll be able to you can check Bruce out there.
Absolutely.
Awesome. Right. Thanks. And back to the podcast.
Our next segment is, of course, a brand new chapter of the intriguing Avakin Chronicles. So sit back, grab a hot drink, and get ready to be transported to the Avakin world by a wonderful storyteller, George.
Hello again. Now, if you missed the last chapter, you might get very confused. So head over to the last episode of our podcast and check it out. But for those who are caught up, here's chapter 2. Adam walked alongside Daisy, occasionally looking at her. The expression on her face was undecipherable. I have an idea, he said. Let's go visit Sylvia. She might be able to help me remember what happened yesterday. If you are sure that you didn't see me, then you have nothing to worry about. Right? He asked, watching her closely to gauge her reaction. Daisy smiled uneasily. Oh, I think that's a great idea, she said. I'm afraid I can't come with you, though. You know, giant flowers need their rest when winter is approaching. Adam figured he was probably not likely to get anything else out of her. Totally get it. I'll see you later, he said. Daisy waved him goodbye. As he started walking away, he turned around and glanced at the sinister flower. She seemed to be sending a message to someone. Who is she in such a hurry to contact? Thought Adam, shaking his head. He made his way to Sylvia's Beauview Castle courtyard. After he joined, he absent-mindedly looked down at the icy ground. Wait a minute. What am I wearing, he thought. Are these the Meadow Cow Farm Festival wellies? I've never even owned these. He looked down at the rest of his clothes. A Stay Tuned t-shirt? Bionic Snow Tiger MMA shorts? Really? He shook his head in frustration. What is happening to me, he exclaimed, as he stepped inside the apartment. Adam, he heard Sylvia shout. Is it really you? She said, running towards him. No offense, but what are you wearing? She looked him up and down, then sighed. Oh, she sighed, looking back down. Wait, is there some reason I shouldn't be okay? Adam frowned. Why do you look so sad? I think you need to sit down. I'm gonna tell you the truth, she nodded, pacing back and forth. Please tell me what happened. Daisy wouldn't tell me. You saw Daisy? Oh no. Did you tell her where you were going? Yes, Adam was interrupted by a loud bang coming from the door. He turned around, frightened. Sylvia backed away slowly. Pop Cornelius walked into the room. Remember the rules, Sylvia, he said, his deep voice echoing through the room. Adam, I'm so sorry. He's right. I just can't. I have to go now, she said, hastily walking to the door. Wait, Adam shouted. The door closed in front of his eyes with a loud bang. Sylvia was gone, and so was the mysterious bot. The plot thickens. What was the truth about what happened that night? You'll have to find out in the next episode.
Eternity. Destiny. Free your desire. Bijouterie. Available now in the Avakin store.
Welcome to Hot Topic, the segment where we tell you everything you need to know about this week's most discussed community topic. This week's Hot Topic is fantasy items.
Yes, it is. Okay, so we have seen quite a lot of people both on Reddit and or Instagram or Facebook who have mentioned that this year we haven't released as much, fall-inspired clothing, and that we focused instead on fantasy-themed clothing. So the first thing that we'd like to point out is that we have just had Halloween, pretty much, which of course has a lot of fantasy-themed clothing throughout, even if it was more of a, kind of like a horror theme. And then pretty soon after that, we had the Cosmos Dear Moon collection, which was like an amazing collection from, a member of the community, as well as the Cosmos Kingdom of Ice collection. And I guess they might have been a little bit too close to Halloween, to the Halloween releases maybe. But these weren't the only two collections that we released. We had, as usual, we had the icons throughout the month, and they had a lot of like different themes. I wouldn't say any of them were really fantasy themed. And then we had an amazing collection from La Haute Couture that wasn't really fantasy at all. And then we had gym equipment, obviously. So yeah, we definitely weren't aiming for just a month dedicated to fantasy items.
It's also worth pointing out that we did have lots of players asking for more fantasy themed releases, so there is lots of demand for these types of items. At the same time, we know we can't make everyone happy because the audience is so diverse, which is a wonderful thing. Some of you really like this role-playing kind of stuff, while other people are into more regular types of clothing, so it can be extremely hard to please everyone. We really hope you guys enjoyed this month's content overall, even if there might have been a couple of collections you weren't too keen on. As always, keep leaving your feedback on Reddit, reddit.com/r/Avakin official, and on all of our other social media platforms to let us know what you think of the latest releases. From Star Style and around the world, this is Avakin News.
Welcome to Avakin News, everyone. First off, as usual, let's talk a little bit about this week's releases. So on Tuesday, we released the Cosmos Mary collection. This is, of course, Christmas themed. I think the first Christmas themed collection released this year, and includes wings, accessories, and outfits. Then, because it's the beginning of the month, we had a brand new bijouterie collection, which is the one we sneak peeked in last week's live stream, I think.
Yeah, that sounds right.
As you know, bijouterie only lasts 1 month in the Avakin store, so make sure you grab everything you need before it leaves the store. We also released Christmas smoke machines, which sound very exciting, and an interactive Christmas tree that you can decorate, which is amazing.
Yeah, it's awesome.
And a corgi wearing a Santa hat.
A corgi?
Yeah.
That's fantastic.
That is amazing. So I have to have this as my favorite packing. And some Christmas profile backgrounds to jazz up your profile in time for Christmas. On Friday, we released the ice skating animation set and the brand new Christmas social spot, which I'm not entirely sure on what it's called at the time of this recording, but if you've not seen it yet, you can head over there right now, because by the time this video is live, you'll be able to go there. So yeah,
it's just awesome. And of course, let's talk about some of the amazing events that we have coming up before the end of the year. Currently, we're running our fashion advent calendar event where you can pick up super rare and hidden items. Every day there's going to be 2 unique competitions in the fashion contest, 1 male, 1 female. In each of these you'll find rare hidden items that you can't usually get from the Avakin store. Please be aware though, some of the items in the advent calendar are free, so if you cannot buy them in the fashion contest like other items, simply submit your entry wearing the items and they'll appear in your inventory for you. From today, we will have Santa in the venue.
Woo!
There we go.
Yes.
Also started today is a brand new event, which is entirely a new concept, and it's going to blow your mind. It's called the Avakin Christmas Carol Bot Event, well, as it's known in the office.
So excited about this.
It involves creating an Avakin Community Christmas Carol. So you guys will get to choose lyrics for the carol by finding different Avakin characters across Avakin life until the 15th of December and selecting your favourite verse out of the options you're given. If you find all of them, you're going to get a wonderful festive badge. The final carol, as decided by the whole Avakin community, will be shared in the newsfeed for everyone to enjoy.
So you can now level up to level 63. Woo! So I'm assuming most of you will know this, but you get a lot of free Avacoins when you reach these, quite high up levels. So yeah, I guess it's, good news for those of you who have reached the maximum level already, and congrats on doing that because it's really hard. So well done.
So also one thing I do want to mention is that we have recently opened up special social pages for one of our biggest communities, which is Avakin Latin America. Some of you may notice that earlier on in the year that we opened up specific social pages for Brazil. Latin America is next. They are available if you search Avakin Life LA. If you're from the Latin America community, there's a place there for you. Just for you guys.
That's great. We also have an exciting new decorating contest up on our Instagram page where you can win 50,000 Avacoins. So we've had, I think, a couple of these in the past, and we were so just amazed by the results, and we just love doing these. Not only will you win Avacoins, but your interior design will be featured in Avakin for an exclusive event. So basically all you have to do for this event, the details are on our Instagram page right now, but you will have to decorate your house of festive fun, with just a festive party atmosphere, and then take a picture of your design and submit it to Instagram with the hashtag Avakin Xmas Party. 2019. And yeah, on the 12th of December, we'll hold a Christmas jumper party. I'm so excited for this, in the winning space that you've decorated.
I'll be there. It's going to be cool.
I think we'll all be. So it's, exciting.
Thanks so much for joining us today, hanging out with us until the very end. Don't forget we also do live streams twice a month, while the other 2 weeks are dedicated to this wonderful podcast.
Yeah, and remember to follow us on Facebook, Instagram, VK, TikTok, Twitter. We're on all of these platforms, YouTube, of course. And, on each of these platforms, you'll find exclusive content. So yeah, make sure you follow us.
And Mixer and Twitch now as well. Don't forget to subscribe so you get notified whenever we post a new video or any other updates. We have lots of amazing new content coming up, so make sure you don't miss out. Our podcast will be back in 2 weeks' time for the last podcast of the year. We hope you have a wonderful time in the meantime. Take care. Peace out.